Welcome everyone, welcome everyone. Seems like the network is giving a little bit of trouble, but welcome. Welcome everyone to the channel. I've just started the first live, but I have to end it because there's some issue. But if you're new here, my name is Linden Houston and welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'll be doing you some fish and chips and I will take you through the process. So here I have some tilapia. So this is what I'm going to use for my fish and chips. Here I have the water ready. If you're new here, so what the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to work on the potato. I have a few technical difficulties. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to season this. Just going to put salt and pepper on these. So we have salt and pepper and just a little bit of extra seasoning on. And the next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to set that aside. So here I have, let me put this knife over here. I have some water I'm going to put a bit of salt in the water. So that's how we're going to do it. Now this is what I'm going to use for my chips. This large potato. So I'm just going to go ahead, remove the skin off. Just going to turn the camera a bit. So I'll probably use about 2 of this. All right, now I'm working on my chips, yeah? So I'm just gonna cut them down like this. What I'm working on now is the thickness I want it. So if you notice, I'm just gonna make one cut through like this. So that's how I want them. You want them thinner? No problem at all. So this is my chips I'm working on. So I want to get this out the way first. You know, when you're making fish and chips like this from scratch, you have to get things welcome. You have to get things sorted out. Like these are the bits you have to do. Sometimes you do this, you know, like first, but then you end up frying it last. So we're gonna put our potato in the water. So we're gonna increase the gas on this. So what we want this to cook through. It's very, very important. All right, the next thing I'm gonna work on is my tartar sauce. Welcome. Yeah. Nice thick cut. Yeah, that's all I wanted. I choose to do it today. Now I'm working on my tartar sauce. So how I do this, that's like personal preference. How I do that. Thank you very much. So you don't have to make it like me, but I've been doing this quite a while. I make loads of tartar sauce. All right, so I have my onion in. So this onion, I don't need any more of this for the time being. That's, you know, personal preference. If you want to add more to it, I'm gonna put 1 crushed garlic in it. So 1 clove of garlic. And we're gonna chop that fine. Welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your lovely and positive comment. Basically what I'm making tartar sauce for my fish and chips. Okay. So garlic in. So this is what I'm showing you. I'm making everything from scratch. So we have some pickle here. Some people call it pickled gherkins, pickled cucumber. Okay, so I want quite a bit in it. So about that is enough for my tartar sauce. So that should be all right. Once it comes in, ladies and gentlemen, please do thumbs up the live. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do consider to like, share, subscribe. Do leave positive comment. So we're going to cut this. Now, if you want to cut this small, you can cut them small. Or you want to leave them chunky, please go ahead and do so. Yeah, this is gherkins. I'm cutting up some gherkins. Yeah. After that, I want some parsley in here. Normally, when I buy a lot of herbs, what I do, I cut them and put them in the freezer. So when I see them cheap, I go for it. Now we have some good quality mayo. You might think all mayo tastes good, but some of them they're nasty. But it's not something you're gonna eat every day. Okay, so I'm just gonna check on these potatoes because I don't want them cook right through. So you have to just keep an eye on them. So now we're gonna season our tartar sauce, however you want it. If you notice, I haven't put any salt in this yet because the gherkins, they're a little bit salty. So I normally add the salt last. Now I'm gonna add some sea salt. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a little bit more sea salt. That's a good balance. A little bit more black pepper. Okay. So with this now, I'm just gonna shift it out the way. Just rest it in the fridge until. Now, what we're gonna work on now. All right, let me do the easier part. This is the flour I'm gonna use on the fish. Like, tap the fish in this first, then put it in the butter. Season this also. Bit of salt, and pepper. Whatever season, do it. Remember, you're doing this for yourself, so just make it as lovely as possible. It's a little bit of all-purpose season in this also, and a little bit of salt. And just give him a little bit of mix. So this, you're gonna dip your fish in this before you fry it. All right, so that's ready. The next thing we're gonna work on now, let me see. All right, this, I'm gonna work on my fish butter. I have here about a cup of flour. I'm gonna put about 1 teaspoon of baking powder. You want to use baking soda, you can go ahead and use it. We're gonna season it. Bit of pepper and some salt. Just get yourself a whisk. Yeah, vegetarian. Yeah, I don't have any problem with that. Vegetarian is lovely. I cook vegetarian all the time. You have an idea, you can send it to me, message me, and I'll try my best to execute it. So this, I want that cook some more. Let me see. All right. I'm gonna put about 2 spoons corn flour in this. So you don't have to put that, and I'm gonna use just normal tap water. Once it comes in, ladies and gentlemen, thumbs up the live. Feel free to subscribe. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do, touch up that subscribe button for me. Thumbs up the live. Water, we're gonna add the water. Some people put egg in this, some people don't. So if you notice, I use a cup of water and a cup of flour. I'm just gonna taste this if it need more season. When I said season, just salt and pepper. This thing you have to just keep it simple. Just very simple. So a good ratio is, you know, like a cup of water, cup of flour. Now there's something I'm gonna do, and it will tell you if your batter is okay. I'm gonna dip a spoon in it, and it must coat the back of the spoon. So this is to show you that you have a good fish batter, because it coat the back of the spoon. Yeah. Next up, I'm gonna test the potato again. I want them cooked, but not overcooked. You know what I mean? Basically, I want this skewer to go through it. I'm gonna give him a couple bit more minutes. So what I can do meanwhile is to just bread my fish. So here I have my fish here in this. What I can do meanwhile, just rest them here in the flour. So what I'm doing now, just coat it with flour. Give it a bit of shake, and we're gonna leave him there. And the next one, we're gonna repeat the same process for the next one. Shake him off, leave him there. So now this, we can set this aside. Just gonna give my hand a quick wash. All right, we're gonna turn that off. While I'm working on that, I'm gonna turn this up now. So this is a fish. I'm gonna put the fish on. That's my oil there. So what I need to do now, I need to take out these and let them drain. So I'm gonna let them drain on this towel here. It's very cold outside. What I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna let this drain. So the window is very cold outside. So all I'm gonna do is just pop the window and just leave him on the side. And then the cold here will take care of him properly. Next up, we're gonna remove this. So we're just gonna set this aside. And then, you know, it's fish time. For some people, they put a bit of paprika in their fish, like a bit of, I did take it out to put it in it. So if you want to put a little bit of smoked paprika in this. No harm. So I put a little bit of smoked paprika in my fish batter. Just going to use a spoon. I'm going to leave the spoon in there, and the reason why I'm going to leave the spoon in there is because of let me just put these in there for the time being, because I'm going to test the oil with a spoon. So once I've put the, I'm just going to take up a little bit of this and drop it in, and then you'll see if your oil is hot. Make sure you have one of this, a tongue or a clip, whatever you call it. So I'm going to get some small ramekin. Here I have my small ramekin. So when my fish is fried, I'm just bringing this up to temperature. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put a little bit of my butter. So what I'm looking for is for this to rise up. So you're seeing the oil is not that hot yet. So just a couple of minutes and it reach to the proper temperature. Because if you drop your fish in this now, it's going to be a little bit soggy, and anything soggy, too soggy is not really good. And we don't really want that. And then we're going to work on our chunky chips. So I need a bowl. I'm going to take out a bowl here. Meanwhile, show you how I do my chips. So this is going to be my chips bowl. So when my chips finish, chuck them in there. And if you need to add more stuff to it, you can go ahead and do so. So that's how we're going to do it. All right. So this look like him catching color nice. See that? You see how this is floating? The next thing you need to do is, I'm going to put my fish in this. The next thing you need to do is, you can do when you're making your fish. We're going to do them one at a time. If you don't have any baking powder when you're doing your fish, just get some soda water. All right. So now look at this. See this? We're going to turn him down like this. So I have to be careful. So I'm going to hold him like this. Make sure it doesn't slide out your hand. Just drain him a little bit. Yeah? Drain him a little bit, because I don't want the batter too thick on it. Just watch the techniques I'm using. Hold it above like this. Hold it there. Hold it there. Take time, put him down. Take your time, put him down. You notice I'm not rushing it. Then release him. Gonna work on the next one. So normally this can hold probably two in it. with this, I'm just gonna turn him. See how lovely that color is. Just gonna get a piece of blue paper, put on this. So it's me gonna eat this, so I'm alright to put the blue paper on it. So normally people do this in a deep fryer. So I improvise, just make my own. So I'm just keep on turning him. So meanwhile, I'm gonna get my tartar sauce, pull this up. Just gonna set this back aside. So this one, the first one, almost ready. You see how lovely the color is already? Lovely color. So my potato, not too long. See that? So now we set these aside. Look how beautiful. Look at that. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to use another equipment and I'm going to skim off the top of the oil. Where are you? All right. So now the time is, I'm going to do the chips now. So I'm just using this, take off some of the bits of the oil from the fish. Okay, so this here, I'm just gonna set it aside here. So now, just gonna reduce this a little bit. And you have to be careful with this thing. Just reduce the fire a bit, because if there's any water and you put it in, Okay, so now is chips time. The thing is, I'm looking for the other device I use. Take out this. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna turn this down a bit. If you notice, oil is very hot. I turn it off a bit. Then I'm gonna drop the chips in. Then I'm gonna light it back. But watch the techniques I'm gonna use. So just be careful when you're using this, because that oil is very hot now. Okay, so now I have him where I want him. You don't want to put your hands over this because this is very hot. So if I can get all of this in, which I'm going to try to, it's a winner. So if you notice, I turn the fire off. My experience teaches me the hardest way. Don't mess with hot oil and water. They're not friends. That's why I let these chips drain off properly. Even these little bits, you know, they are the real deal. So don't throw them away. You'll be surprised. They get crunchy. Now you see the oil kind of cooling down. Go ahead, light it back. So with this, when I finish with it, you know, whether I will see if I want to put it on a long tray or welcome Jackie, a long tray like this, or I just put it on a plate. I probably just put it on a plate. So I'm gonna set up my plate. You have the tartar sauce there. Now you need a bit of lemon or lime, whatever you love, go for it. For me, bit of lemon. I have both, so I want this thing to sit properly. So I'm just gonna take the bottom off and then him sit properly there. Or if I want him on the side, just do like this. And that sit on the side there. Now with this, just remember to just use your tongue or your clip. Just give him a little bit of turn. So this is to show you, I'm going to do a single video on this. Show you how to make proper chunky chips. So you don't have to buy much, go just buy the potato. What I do in the supermarket, when they have a little bit of sale, I love when the supermarket have sale. I'm going to show you something. See this? I have loads of this in the house, even if we don't need it now. But if I seen them cheap, look at this. Put 3 of this in the oven, get some tuna, cut this, put butter in it, salt, pepper, and your tuna done. Or, you know, cheese, whatever you want, fill in. You know, coronation, chicken. That's what you can do with these things. They're lovely. So I have my thing here. But I'm going to show you another trick what I do, because I want once it's finished, I want it drained properly. So I'm going to get another bit of blue paper, put on that to drain. You want to put grease paper, put it there. Whatever you have, utilize it. So we're going to put this here. So once my chip come out, I'm going to put him here. And then when it drain a bit, I'm going to put him straight in the bowl, season him a little bit, toss him, and then we're good to go. Look at that, man. You know, all these chip inside here, you go to the chip shop, they call it chip shop in the UK. This, you're paying probably £4, £5 just for this. But it's not gonna taste as good as this. This here is a world-class Olympic style and recipe. So what I will need, I probably don't need the black pepper, but I will put some Himalaya salt and some shake all-purpose season. So they're almost there. Almost there. Look at these, lovely. Look at this. Crispy, So you can make your own fish butter also. Once it comes in, ladies and gentlemen, thumbs up the live. Feel free to subscribe, like, share. See how they're getting crispy? Look at this. So you want them a little bit more crispier. You don't want them too saggy. They're nice like this also, but I want them a little bit, crispier, sheen on them. So I'm going to clear these up. My plate ready. Telling you, this morning was so cold here. When I said cold, I tell you, colder than a dinosaur, I'm telling you. All right, we're going to take our time, take them out. There are some nice chunky chips. Okay. It's always good when you're cooking, you have equipment. But I mean, always, always. So now it's touchdown time. So we're going to turn this off now. Okay, we finish with this. We're going to let him cool down and then we'll strain him off and deal with him proper. All right, next up now. This is how I do my, make you see everything that's going on. Pour him in there. Take this out of the way. So this, I'm just going to put a little bit of shaker seasoning on it. Not much. So this, I'm finished with this. After that, bit of salt. I'm going to put some pepper on it because Daniela, she like this she like a lot of pepper and stuff like that. So give him a little bit of toss. Look at that. Can't say I'm hiding nothing from you guys. Tossed him like that. And here's a nice part come now. All right. We're going to put down the chips first. This is personal preference, but you know, that's how the Olympic chef deal with things. We're going to put down the chips first. Look at that. We want to set him nice. We're not going to just slap him on the plate. You know? All right. We're going to set this aside. I have 2 fish. So I'm just going to do one at the moment. We're just going to take our fish. I'm already drained. Look at this. See that? Nice and crispy. And we're just going to take him. We're just going to put him on the side like this. See that? That's how we're doing it. So we're not going to just take him and just slap him down. We're going to do it proper. Make sure clean up around here. Nice. 1 second. Make sure clean up that you can see what's going on. Yeah. Okay. Now it's time. Look at it. See that? That's a world record there. I'm going to give you a close-up shot of what's going on. So this is my homemade world-class fish and chips. Look at that. See that? Tartar sauce, fresh slice of lime, crispy on the outside and soft inside. Exactly. We're not going to slap it on the plate. Look at that. Huh? Look at those chunky chips standing tall like a soldier. Doesn't get better than this. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Look at that. So if you haven't yet subscribed it, you know, this is a reason to subscribe to the channel. This is what I brought to the table. I'm always full of surprise. Look at that. You know, now I'm going to eat. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure having you on the live. Peace be unto you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great day.